I'm here to give you a daily update today on AXS, a bit of Axie coming through there. You can see here, starting off on the weekly, humongous uptrend coming through. Nice bit of consolidation, nice uptrend consolidation. We are in a bit of a consolidatory zone here on the weekly in terms of referencing the weekly candles here, guys. I know on the dailies and I know on the hourlies and the 4 hours and stuff like that, we're really looking quite progressive right now. But in terms of the weekly, we're still looking quite consolidated here, which, to be honest, is actually a really good sign. It's actually a really good sign, just because the more that we're doing this, the healthier it's going to be. Moving through to the daily here, just because we've got quite a lot of information to get over here. We were talking about this before, basically saying here that we've got a symmetrical triangle at the top of this uptrend. That's a bullish pennant chart pattern, guys. We were looking for a lovely, juicy measure move from here around this sort of level here. We did actually get that very nice measure move completion there. In terms of percentages there, very good indeed. Looking at that, nothing too crazy, probably around a nice 5% swing there. Really, really good. Now, currently, since then, we've actually seen quite a lot of progression to the upside, guys. We have actually cleared all-time highs. We have actually set all-time highs. We're noticing a bit more of a sell-off coming through for Axie, which basically shows the momentum sort of slowing down to the upside a bit, and we're probably due a bit of consolidation, right? Which, it's not bad. As I said, that's absolutely healthy. That's actually what we need here. When we're banging up continuously there, these spikes up are just crazy. We need some sort of sell-off. We need to basically reference these pumps coming through there, because we are pumping significant amounts here, guys. These aren't small pumps. These are 100% pumps coming through there, 100% or over. So if we are going to keep wanting these, we're going to really be needing just to chill out a bit and base camp one and rest it, guys. You know the score. But yeah, in terms of what we are seeing here now, everywhere, we're looking at around a rising wedge pattern, guys. A rising wedge pattern, because you can see the level of resistance that we've got on the top side here multiple times. You can see the level of support that we've got on the lower side here. Higher lows being set, higher highs being set. Rising wedge pattern. Unfortunately, bad news, because rising wedge patterns, guys, they usually tend to break to the downside. So it's definitely something that we do need to take into consideration here. If we do see a move to the downside, we could be looking at some sort of measure move like this. And that could basically mean the price is coming back all the way down to 90 there, to previous all-time high level there. And to be honest, it's still going to be really healthy if that does happen there. But just please be aware. This has been banging it up recently. It has been banging it up recently. So one of the big dogs at the start with a lot of supply could easily just sell off a massive chunk, and you could literally just see a massive wick to the downside. I know when you do see this actually play out, if it does play out, you could see buy-ups coming through quite early for this, because we know how much people are really itching for lower prices for this, because you can see the gains. Obviously, it's very, very attractive to the day traders and the hodlers out there. So yeah, it's definitely something to be thinking about for the future. But in terms of a move to the downside, if this does break here, it's going to be around 31.78% to the downside. Now, obviously, that is to the downside, guys. Rising wedges, yes, they usually tend to break to the downside, but we're going to weigh up the options here for a break to the upside, just because we can see how progressively big this is being recently. If we are looking at target prices to the upside here, if we do see a breakout occurring, we're going to be looking at around a 25% gain. And that's going to be bringing the price all the way up to around $210. To be honest, I think there'll be a massive sell-off at 200. And to be honest, that's absolutely fine if that does happen. I thought my mouse died on battery then. That would have been absolutely dreadful. But yeah, so if that does occur there, we're probably going to see some sort of sell-off. And as I was saying there, for these wicks, they are looking quite progressive to the downside in terms of selling momentum there. So yeah, this momentum does seem to be slowing. But yeah, just be prepared for a breakout to the downside or a breakout to the upside. But as I said, on a rising wedge pattern, they usually tend to break to the upside, right? In terms of the RSI here coming through on the daily, we're near, not quite overextended there, but pretty overextended, I would say, on the shorter term time frames, just without even looking at it, right? Yeah, we have actually seen us get to that overbought sort of scenario, and we are actually seeing a bit of a pullback coming through there from this high around 163. That's actually really quite a big pullback over the last 4 hours there. In terms of percentages, let's get some percentages coming through there. Just for like a one asset to pull back this much, it's around a 9. Let's go from candle body actually. It's around a 6-7% pullback currently in terms of the live price, around 5-6%, that sort of area there. So hopefully you can actually hold this level of support. If you can, then you could be looking at a nice 4-hour candle to come there, and that's in the next 10 minutes like there, guys. So yeah, just be prepared for that for Axie. But yeah, just be careful. It's been pumping up a lot recently. And what do we know with these altcoins when they do that? They usually retrace quite hard and quite heavy. So yeah, just try not to buy the top, right? Yeah, that's going to be your update today on Axie.